Welcome back. It's Entrepreneur Sunday here on BNC. Each week we highlight the brightest Black entrepreneurs across the country. And ladies, tonight's guest puts a healthy spin on your nail glam. Anitra Maxwell is a vegan nail polish brand in Houston, Texas, redefining what it means to look and feel good. Anitra Vinson, CEO of Anitra Maxwell, thanks so much for joining us for Entrepreneur Sunday.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, Anitra, you have an interesting story to tell about creating your nail polish business. What's the story behind the name Anitra Maxwell, and what made you decide to want to create your own nail polish line?
So, Anitra Maxwell comes from the neighborhood where I grew up. My grandparents were the first Black couple to move in the neighborhood back in the 1950s, and so as you can imagine, they weren't welcomed with open arms. And so that name, for me, it embodies their ability to overcome obstacles, their strength, their endurance, and I wanted to carry those qualities over into my brand.
And so what made you decide to do nail polish?
I went to cosmetology school back in the 90s, and that's kind of where I got a love for cosmetics and nail polish, and I've been an avid collector since then. And so it was kind of just a natural thing for me.
So how did you come up with a vegan nail polish formula, and why is it worth trying?
So I've been vegan personally for the past 3 years, and so vegan is an ethical lifestyle, and so it helps to, I would say that it helps as far as to lower our carbon footprint and to help the environment.
And so one of the things I know you talked about the chemicals and stuff like that that could kind of impact you by taking in some of those other toxic type of nail polishes. Talk about how important it is to be able to make sure you created something that kept people healthy when getting their nails done.
So I have a background in nursing, and so health is very important to me. And a lot of the chemicals I noticed in nail polish, such as formaldehyde, those chemicals are potentially cancer causing. And so we want to limit the amount of chemicals we put into our body, such as camphor, which is an oil that if it's ingested, it can cause a lot of problems like nausea, indigestion, allergic reactions such as rashes. And there's another chemical in particularly, it's called triphenylphosphate, which has been linked to reproductive issues if it's absorbed into the skin. And so it was important to me to limit the amount of toxins that are in my products.
And so let's talk about your nail polishes. You have a variety of beautiful colors. I was on your website looking today, like from black of the berry to hot yam, and I saw brown sugar and other stuff too. Tell us about what you offer.
So I offer different finishes in my nail polishes. I offer cream finishes, which is like a solid color with a glossy finish. I offer holographic, which is it shifts with different lighting and backgrounds, and also have my glitter polishes, which adds a nice sparkle for the holiday season. So these are just a few of my polishes that I'll show for the program, and this would be an example of a cream finish. And this would be an example of one of my shimmer polishes, and this one, which is one of my top sellers, Nebula, is one of my glitter polishes.
And one of your goals, I know you mentioned on your site, is to make sure women feel good. How do you think that being able to give them the beautiful nails makes us feel good?
So to me, it's a part of self-care. So when you look good, you feel good, and you go out there and you present yourself in a better, more positive light when you feel good. And so I want to normalize luxury for Black women, because we give so much and receive so little in return. So it's just one thing that I want to do to help empower us as women.
And Anitra, a portion of each purchase goes towards scholarships and grants for aspiring entrepreneurs. Tell us more about that.
So 10% of each sale I make will be going to minority, particularly Black students. I'll be giving out my first scholarship for the spring in January, so I'm going to select a student to receive a scholarship for that. And I also realized that a lot of students don't really want to go to college. Some people want to be entrepreneurs, and so I also want to help young aspiring entrepreneurs get their businesses off the ground.
And why is that so important to you?
To empower us as a people, because our power lies in our economics, and I read a quote today that said that the black dollar circulates for like 7 seconds, and we have to do better and help empower each other because we're all we got.
And lastly, where can people find Ninth and Maxwell? This is something everybody wants to know. We all like to get our nails done and have something pretty, like to show off, because nails are a big thing to me. So where can people find your stuff at?
So you can follow my page on Instagram at Ninth and Maxwell. It's the number 9 and Maxwell. And the website is www.ninethandmaxwell.com.
And Anitra, is there any message you would like to send to other Black entrepreneurs? I mean, you put in so much work for you to get started on your own, and you said you just launched this year. What message would you send to other folks?
Is not to let anything stop you. You have the strength in your DNA. Our ancestors have endured so much, and if they can do it, we can do it too.